I'm hoping in this episode we see something actually happen. Hopefully these Seleucid armies actually, like, attack the Scipii, or the Scipii attack the Seleucids. Maybe Germania comes down to kill the Brutii and the Julii. That'd be fun. It remains to be seen if stuff actually happens, but first, I gotta basically end the turn, so 1 second. Alright, well, we start off this part of the video with apparently all the rebel armies being wiped out. There used to be a rebel army between, like, Sparta and Corinth, but it's now dead. Maybe I'll trigger the Brutii to actually go after, like, the Greeks. That'd be nice. I'll note that basically on the map here, I believe the Scipii have actually, like, laid siege to, well, not the Scipii, but rather, the Scythians like siege to Memphis. So hopefully they'll retake these cities. We got a little bit of plague still in Croton, and of course the Julii have basically come over to attack Paphium, though where Germania has anything to say about that will remain to be seen. Nothing seems to be happening in Gaul for the moment, so that's nice. And nothing's really happening in Palma, I guess, either, because why not? Not really sure anything else is really happening. There's unrest over here in Scipii. There's a plague over here in Seleucia. There's a plague over here in Nicomedia as well. There is a siege here against Sardis apparently, so the video might try and take this. But for the most part, very quiet game until hopefully a little bit later. Well, the Germanians haven't done anything to the Julii here, so they're still attacking Paphium. Maybe they're gathering troops before they make an assault, who knows. Brutii has their armies basically up here on the coast. And of course walking over here. The Greeks have put Corinth under siege. That seems to happen whenever I basically, like, load a new save. The Greeks decide, oh, let's just go attack Corinth and take it. They've also attacked Kydonia, so they might try taking that back at some point. Egypt still has its forces over here, just like doing nothing, but whatever. Cyrus is still in a siege. Memphis is still under siege. And Scipii has its armies basically here. There is an army nearing Scipii though, so perhaps I might put this under siege at some point. And pretty much, this is a very quiet game so far. Bit of plague in Carthago Nova. This why? Do something with those guys, please. Okay, well, that explains why they're not doing anything, I guess. Alright, well, they finally put Alexandria under siege. Haven't yet done anything to Scipii yet, but, they do have their armies basically running around over here. The Scipii put Thebes under siege, so we might see some Egyptian cities basically, like, flip hands a little bit. Who knows? Maybe they'll actually fight each other. It's not like that Susa has excuse this time. They basically exterminated the settlement, so there's not a whole lot of people over here. In this neck of the woods, the Julii have more armies based around Paphium, and Germania has their armies basically, like, running around as well. They also have some armies near Mediolanum over here, but whether or not they actually lay siege to it, who knows? Nothing's really happening in this front. And of course, they declared war, Oh, these are ceasefires, so ceasefire again, ceasefire again, ceasefire again. You know, it might be that they actually are trying to like lay siege to Palma, but they keep ceasefiring. I highly doubt it, but you know, it could be the case. Can I build civil unrest over here? And over here in Thapsus? No, that's a plague. Well, on to the next turn, I guess. And yeah, by the way, note that, like, you know, siege, siege, siege. Nothing's changed here yet. We got a nice big German army here over here now. Maybe they're waiting for Julii to try and take Paphium first. Who knows? The Brutii have a nice big army over here and over here. They might be trying to go up into, like, you know, Germanic territory over here, perhaps. And it's worth knowing that basically, like, you know, usually you don't get this far into the game, but, you know, we're still getting, like, these advances and such. Pontus and Scipii have gone back to war. We might see the Scythians finally wiped out. That'd be amazing. And yeah, more ceasefires are declared between Spain and, you know, the Romans and such. The Greeks are still attacking like Cydonia, but they have stopped attacking Corinth. They have taken Sardis, so we usually have like, you know, some sudden change basically happening over here. And for most part, you know, siege is being laid all over the place here. The real question that I ask myself right now, is Scythia finally going to fall? They can't really do anything, so this might be it for them. It wasn't this turn, but they still have it under siege. That can that can hold up for 5 more turns, but we'll see if it basically holds that longer or not. The Brutii have sent their army elsewhere apparently, so they're now over here. I'm wondering when we'll basically respond to that, or if, like, you know, just be like left alone. The Scythians still have an army in his boat over here. Wonder where it's gonna go. It looks like they took back Memphis, by the way. At least I believe the Scipii obviously had that, right, you know, for a little bit there. Still have armies basically like running around over here. Maybe they'll actually attack something, who knows. One Scipii are running all the way out here. The Greeks have stopped attacking the Brutii, so perhaps they peaced out for a moment. Look at that! I guess we have some battles happening over here because the Julii have stopped attacking Paphium. And we have some Brutii armies basically advancing toward German territory for a little bit over here. Maybe. Perhaps. The Julii have gone back toward Britannia, though that's not really anything special. Pontus and Seleucid Empire are allies. And these guys are going to ceasefire, so there's another, like, you know, bit of law, I guess. And nothing's really happening, I guess, for the most part. But look at this! Germania's going after Macedonia over here. And Lebanon. We might see this we might see the Spanish push back a little bit. Even though they're not really, like, you know, fighting that much. And now I got a revolt over here in Terra, because, you know, why not? It finally happened. Pontus has wiped out Scythia. Looks like Germania is going to try and take Paphium. Whether or not the Julii allowed for them to stay there, I don't know. But there we go. That took a long time to pull off, but the Scythians have finally been wiped out. I find it very odd that Pontus was the one to actually do it, but I mean, at least they did it. Good job to them. Now they'll probably focus on basically going after, like, you know, the Brutii maybe, or they'll start resuming their war against the, you know, the Macedonians. What's interesting about them having this, like, little, like, you know, summit up here, by the way, is that now they have, like, a sort of, like, you know, vantage point to attack all these summits over here. And I could see them possibly doing that in the future. By the way, who likes my Scythian, like, you know, rebel generals up here? They still got this under siege over here. And of course, these guys declared war. The Germanians have stopped attacking over here in Lebanon, as well as Macedon, for whatever reason. Nothing's happening here in Pontus yet. And the Greeks have, like, you know, not resuming any conquest over here. Apparently, the Scythians have stopped attacking Alexandria. They are still going after Thebes, but, you know, Scipii are, so that's a thing. Where are the Scythians going? I do not know. There's being AI, you know? This being the AI guys. Oh, there we go. The Scythians have put CY under attack. They might be able to take this settlement from the Scipii, which would be an interesting little turn of events. Seeing like the Egyptians or the Scythians advance this far is like very odd, just to throw it out there, so it's not something that usually happens. The Numidian troops are still over here, I guess. And that's basically where we stand right now, I guess. The Germans have been driven back. Julii now once again have Paphium under siege, after forcing the Germanians basically back a little bit over here, I guess. Maybe they did it with the help of the Julii, or the Brutii rather. Who knows? Brutii armies are slowly advancing toward the north here. Maybe they'll start taking some settlements if they get a chance to. Or maybe the Germanians will actually come back down and, like, you know, put Yes under siege or something. Macedon is basically under siege once more, as is Lebanon. Maybe the, like, you know, Germans actually stick around and actually take it. And there's no one in Martius apparently. Interesting. It's funny how, like, the Spanish have these armies, but they're just not using them for anything. Thebes has fallen, by the way. Though CY is under attack now, so that's new. And maybe Petra will be under attack as well. The Greeks have once again put Crete under attack. And Corinth. Maybe they'll take back their cities. Who knows? And that seems to be about it for, like, this specific, like, you know, term events. Unrest here in, like, you know, this area. A little bit of plague over here in Cordoba, and apparently unrest. What a great combination to basically have. And yeah, ceasefire, ceasefire, ceasefire. You know, before I do anything else, I just want to go over in this direction over here, I think. Look at all these rebel merchants basically running around. Rebel merchant, rebel merchant, rebel merchant. I mean, why? Why are they all around here? What isn't this, like, you know, save a, you know, this area that basically attracts people to say, you know, these, like, AI basically come over here? I do not know. Anyways, the Scipii are making inroads into Egypt. They've taken Memphis, they've taken Alexandria, they've taken, like, you know, Thebes. The Scythians can easily push them out, but these aren't, so I don't know why they're just, like, gonna Scipii do whatever they want, but, you know, hopefully they'll start going after them soon. We still see the siege happening over here in Crete and Corinth. Maybe the Greeks will be able to take back some cities and, like, you know, resume this trading with them. Brutii armies are basically advancing north. Hopefully they'll start being able to do something for those armies. And Paphium's still under siege, though I'm not really sure that little army is going to be able to do it. I mean, they have like all cohorts in here, but I mean, I'm not sure it's basically enough. We'll see though. Oh. Never mind, I think that probably might actually be enough. Lebanon is no longer under siege over here. Macedon is apparently not under siege over here anymore as well. The Spanish are still hanging out over here, because why not? And yes, it seems most of the action today is going to be happening over here, in Egypt, for some reason. These guys are at war. They declare ceasefires. Ceasefire, ceasefire. Oh, that's what happened. Germania ceasefire with Spain. That actually sticks, by the way. Alright, it's a new turn. We of course have a lot of wars being declared yet again. Spain's going after Scipii, Julii's going after Britannia, Julii's going after Spain. Hopefully this means they're going after Palma over here. That'd be very nice. Well, that's at least something. Where'd their troops go? Did they get attacked, or did something else happen over there, I wonder? Anyhow, I'll note that they're basically at war again, so we might see these guys, like, you know, get trampled again. Not a whole lot basically crossing over into, like, you know, the Germanic territory, or vice versa. Hopefully Paphium maybe falls in the future. And then we'll, like, you know, see something happen after that. Petra's still under siege over here. Memphis is under siege over here. And Associated armies basically sort of like, you know, all over here. Hopefully they're fighting, but it's hard to really tell with, like, you know, the AI sometimes. There's just big armies all over the place, they're not really dying. Corinth is no longer under siege, but Crete still is. I don't know why the Greeks broke it off. Maybe they were attacked? I don't see their army anymore. So yeah, that's basically all it is. Little siege right here, little siege right there. Little sieging over here. What's happening over here? It's your standard unrest right here, I guess. And over there. You know, I sort of feels just like, you know, passing updates here for the most part. Still armies right here, still armies right there. Still siege right here. Still a bunch of armies wandering around over here. Memphis is still under siege over here. Petra's under siege over here. Armies just wandering about over here. And Crete's under siege over here. On to next turn. Alright, well, we have a territorial exchange at least. Petra has fallen. Their palace is no longer siege over here by Memphis. So, what the? Well, that's an interesting turn of events. Macedon has decided they're actually going to do something. They're going after Siwa over here. That means that the Macedonians are now at war with the Romans. How will that basically change events over here, I wonder? They haven't gone to war yet with the Brutii, but that'll be coming very, very soon. Apparently Pontus and Germania declared themselves allies. That's, you know, just whatever. Germania breaks that all the time, apparently. Ceasefires again. At least stuff is happening this episode, unlike the last one. Even though it doesn't seem like much is basically happening, to be sure. Hopefully these guys take this. We've only got like, 2 more turns before, well, the next turn we're going to basically sally out to basically attack them regardless, so that'll be a thing. That will be a thing. I almost wish to skip out, just come here and kick these guys off, or Spanish just like, stop fooling around and take that. Alright, well, apparently Julii decided they're finally going to actually attack here. So Paphium has fallen. Now perhaps the Romans will start pushing out northwards from there and start doing some damage. And yes, now the Romans basically are at war with like the Macedons. They're at war again, of course. They recover some allies. That's actually pretty good for Spain, by the way, because now they can actually focus on the Romans if they actually focus on the Romans. Ceasefires and ceasefires. They exterminated the settlements, so they shouldn't have any public war issues right there. Julii will. Wonder what these Brutii armies are basically doing over here. They plan to like, attack the Germanians over here. And again, there's this army standing around over here. Three more turns until this here falls, or, something else happens, I guess, in Crete. I wonder if, like, the Macedonians are actually going to do something with these armies over here. Are they going to, like, bring them down to, like, bring the bear against the Romans, or what's going to happen to them? Will the Romans basically tolerate their presence, basically, is the question. Apparently Macedon stopped going after, like, Siwa. They must have lost an army because I don't think they have any more, they had a second one over here somewhere. Memphis is no longer under siege over here, so I don't know what the Scythians are after over here, but whatever. Alright, well, another turn. The Germans have put Paphium under siege, but there's a lot of Roman armies around it, so they'll probably be kicked off very, very soon. Crete's still under siege over here. And not a whole lot of actions basically happening in Greece just yet, so nothing's kicking off right there. The Scythians have put Petra under siege. Not only do they actually do the same over here in, like, Egypt's lands. I'm not sure, but I wonder if, like, they're basically, like, scared of Scipii because they have the Marian reforms, and maybe they're running around with Marian troops. Who knows? Will they do something? That's the question. I think the Spanish armies are fitting up, by the way, a little bit. Or at least they're starting to move around a little bit over in the mainland over here. And apparently House of Julii went to war with Pontus. So, that happened. Macedon and Scythians declared themselves allies, so that's a thing. These guys declare ceasefires. Alright, well, what's happening today? Petra's still under siege over here. And Scythians has sort of like left Egypt for some reason. Are you content to let like the Scipii have it? I don't know. Crete's still under siege over here. Maybe they'll take that, who knows? Ah, here we go. So, the Brutii have actually gone after Thessalonica. They're going to try and take that from, like, Macedon. And they got the troops there to basically do it with. And yeah, Germania was basically knocked off of, like, Paphium over here. So that happened. Big British armies around here. Are you going to do something with them, I wonder? And that seems to be like the case, basically. It's just like, Are they going to do anything with their armies? At all? Alright, so, some action happened. Petra was retaken by the Seleucids. That happened. Macedon says like has 2 armies over here to sort of chilling out, I guess. Crete basically is taking back Kydonia, so they now have like 2 cities once again. Macedon is basically being sieged in like multiple places over here. I assume the Brutii will basically take these like easily, and then they'll start like pushing into Macedon lands. I have to say, Macedon lasted a long time because usually the Brutii go after him really fast, but not this time around. A giant mix of armies just running around over here, not really doing anything. And of course, these 2 are allied, so nothing's going to happen with them. Ah, here we go. The British decided to go after Alesia and Trier. So these guys are currently allied to each other. Don't really care. Whoops. Well, I think we can probably guess that the British basically declared war on like the Germans. So that's happening. Maybe the British will make inroads into Europe again. Lots of civil disorder over here in Seleucid lands. Not much to do about it, I guess. I can't remember if I basically paused this or not. Alright, I might have missed a little bit, but we have some action basically happening at this point. First over here, Thessalonica has fallen. Larissa is probably going to be like the next to follow. Nothing's really happening over here, I guess, for the most part, but you know, lots of sun space running around over here, I guess. Over here on this front, lots of armies marching around, but not a whole lot of action basically happening, I guess. There's a Brutii army basically out here, though. Notably, there is a Macedonian army over here, so they might be able to do something over here, but who knows, really? Roman Stoicism. A visit to Rome by the leading Greek Stoic impressed the Roman elite. Now, up by, yeah, over here, basically we have, like, you know, wars happening between, like, you know, Julii and everyone else. Nothing really, like, you know, too spazzy, but whatever. Lauricia has fallen. And now, Biloria is basically under attack over here. Macedon's being picked apart by the Brutii because, you know, they have all these armies and they're going to make use of them. By goddammit. Over here, Alesia has basically fallen. And probably Trier might fall as well. The British is making ample use of the fact that, like, you know, the Germans are basically out to play with, like, the Romans, I guess. Well, this path has cleared up a little bit, so maybe it might seem like some armies advanced, like over here. Aquincum is basically under attack. So, we have our first Brutii attack against the Germanians. We'll see how it basically goes. In an effort to prevent corruption and malpractice, this new law requires legislation to be voted into force by secret ballot to prevent your vote-bringing scandals. And of course, wars, wars, wars. Well, isn't it nice? We're starting to see the Romans actually do stuff. Maybe someone will send an army down here to finish off Numidia. Maybe just skip out this, like, you know, just take all of, like, you know, the Seleucid land over here. Why not? Huh, where'd the Greek army over here go? That's the question. Cyrus is under attack over here by Pontus, by the way, so they might be kicked off Anatolia yet again. Not that it really matters to the Brutii. They got another, like, foe to go after, so it's fine for them, probably. And yes, chaos. Chaos throughout the lands. Lots of unrest up here. Alright, so we still have an attack basically happening up here in Quincum. Bilazoria has basically fallen, so they're basically being kicked out of Greece quite quickly, Macedon, into the steppes up here. It seems like all the action over here is basically just died out. The Scythians still have their armies, but they're just not confronting the Scipii anymore with them. Pontus is at least down here to basically retake their lands, or Sardis basically, from the Brutii. They now attacked Condat Rhodomium over here, the British, but whatever. Did they peace out? Germania and Macedon declared themselves allies. I'm not really sure what's happened to the British, because they seem to have stopped attacking the Germanians, so what's going on there I don't know. And of course Spanish armies over here in Palma. Alright, well, let's just see how it pursues. I assume these Brutii armies will start pushing northwards after they take out the Macedonians over here. And there's this army up here against Quincum. I think they were forced back because that's a lot smaller than it once was. So unfortunately they couldn't beat off the Germanians from there, but oh well. Hopefully we'll see advances elsewhere. Ceasefires and wars and all sort of stuff. Nothing new. Well, let's see here. For some reason, Spain has actually made it back over here to northern Italy. They're now attacking Mediolanum over here. It'd be very obvious they basically took the summit right here, but I mean, it is sort of connected to them, so it does make sort of sense. At least they're doing something. Good job, Spain. Do something. Is anything going to happen around here, I wonder? What are the Sicilians going to do? Sardis has fallen to Pontus. They have taken that back. Will, Helicarnassus be this next target for their wrath? Byzantium is being a target by the Brutii, so they're basically looking to advance on there. Just picking apart Macedon one by one, these cities and settlements and such. What an exciting little episode compared to the last one. They didn't take it yet, but their armies are basically advancing more and more north. The Brutii are getting lots and lots more power basically as a result of this. Without a doubt now, by the way, I think the Brutii are the most powerful faction because they just got summit after summit after summit after, what's still be summit. They did lose Sardis, but I mean, that's just minor basically for them, I think, at this point. At war once again. Over here in northern Italy, the Germanians have put Pavium over, siege again. And of course, Spain's still going after Mediolanum. Looking at the Julii, they look a little bit weak right now, so it might be possible that these guys just sweep in and take them out. I really doubt that would basically happen, but be interested to basically see. Germania has its armies basically up here. They might actually start doing something with them. And Brutii has its armies up here. They might be able to take out a Quincum at some point, perhaps as well. Let's see what happens. The Brutii are closing in, looking to take a Quincum over here. Mediolanum has fallen, so the Spanish made inroads into northern Italy. Perhaps the Germanians might actually take out Paphium as well. And they'll start moving toward, like, you know, the rest of, like, the Julii cities over here. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of force space over here to stop them, so they might be actually be able to successfully wipe out the Julii if they want to. And again, like, you know, just nothing's really happening down here in Egypt for whatever reason, I guess. There is Pontus armies moving toward, like, you know, Helikinesis, so that might follow some point. And where did the Greek armies basically go over here? Were they wiped out? Somehow? Interesting. Byzantium is no longer under siege by the Brutii. They'll probably go back under siege at some point, but who knows? And yes, Palma. Good old Palma. Come on, take Palma. That's your job. Well, there's fewer armies over here in Palma now. They're all being sent over here, I guess, toward Julii lands, I guess, to sort of attack them. Germania is still going after Paphium over here. Perhaps they'll take it, perhaps not, who knows. Aquincum is under attack again. Maybe the Brutii will be able to take it this time. Don't know why they have their armies physically sitting right here, but whatever. They're just doing that. Byzantium is under siege yet again, from this side. As is Tylus. As is Porolysium. There's so much damage being done by the Brutii against the Macedonians. They really poked the bear and paid for it with their life, didn't they? You know, it'd be fun if they were actually, like, you know, orphaned down here in Cyrene. With Scipii as company, and I'd be, like, you know, the person they attack first. You know, I was so hopeful that stuff will happen over here in Egypt, but, so far not a whole lot is basically happening down here, unfortunately. Alright, interesting. For a moment here, this flipped to be Germanian. And now it's back to Julii. So what happened over here, I wonder? Anyhow, it seems like, you know, Julii are basically faltering quite quickly over here, so they might be wiped out very soon. There's a guy next to Segesta over here. Two big armies right here. And of course, we've got Spanish fleet space running around over here, just doing their thing. A little bit of plague over here, which is not great, but oh well. War declared. Nothing's happened to the Greeks just yet, but that may change at some point. Ah, here we go. Memphis is under siege by Seleucids. They've come back down. Maybe they'll take back Egypt. That'd be nice. But for sure, the real action's happening up here in Northern Europe, I guess, where, you know, Macedon is being picked apart, as is Germania. Ah, the sweet smell of burning flesh. Byzantium has fallen to the Brutii. Tylus has fallen to the Brutii. They've yet to basically trigger the attack over here, but it's probably coming very soon. Germania has taken Paphium, so they might start coming down here to attack the core cities, like, you know, the Julii. The Spanish are already coming after Segesta. The Julii might actually be, like, forced down to their starting cities over here. Interesting. And of course, war is declared, because why not? Down here on this front, Memphis is under attack still. I don't see a whole lot of Scipii armies over here for now, so it's very likely that they actually could take these cities back if the Seleucids actually, like, you know, put some force into it. But they still have a lot of big armies over here, for sure. Pontus has put Halicarnassus under siege. Maybe they'll take that back and take the Wonder Fort too. Well, let's play out some more. Alright then, so Macedon has finally decided to take the initiative and start attacking the Brutii. Their armies have made it over to Talus and are going to go after it now. Helicarnassus is still under siege, but you know, whatever, that's just how it basically is. A quincum has fallen to the Brutii, so the first Germanian settlement has been taken by them. Perhaps they'll take more in the future, who knows. Segesta is still under attack over here. Lots of Germanian armies and Brutii armies over here. And lots of Spanish armies are sort of like moseying around over here now, so maybe we'll start making way over here to northern Italy to join the fray. And of course, nothing's happening in Palma, because nothing ever happens in Palma. Memphis has been taken over here, by the way, so maybe we'll take back Alexandria. Maybe we'll take back Thebes. That's the question. Alright, so the British have started to go after Triarii over here, and Bato Vordrium. We might see like another sort of, you know, British sweep towards Germanian lands like I did in my campaign. Even though like the Germans basically have like a, you know, strong army down here to basically punch the Romans, they left like nothing up here I guess to defend themselves. Yep, more burning flesh. So Bato Vordrium has basically been taken out. Down here, Segesta has been, like, you know, conquered as well. So the Julii have been forced back to their starting cities over here. If they're taken, that's it for them. Germania is basically having its, like, problems with, like, the Brutii, I guess, over here, so they can't really do anything for the moment. But over here, Horo Lysium has basically fallen. And I guess, like, you know, the siege against Talus has basically stopped as well, so it's not looking good for Byzantium. For sure. Nothing's happening here on this front. And of course nothing's going to happen in Palma, because Palma. Alright then, so will anyone take the steps to march toward the Julii? Or Rome for that matter? Lots of Brutii armies basically massing over here. Paphia might be their next target. Be very interesting to see like a Brutii settlement right here, because you know they haven't declared a civil war yet or anything. There's a plague-stricken Spanish army over here, and a Spanish army like, you know, moves around over here in the Retriums area. War declared, because why not? Come on, attack Palma. You want to attack Palma. Triarii is basically under attack by the British. They failed to take it the first time, maybe they'll take it the second time. And yes, over here. You know, I have to say the Brutii armies are sort of like, you know, stopped advancing a little bit, which is kind of odd. They didn't make great progress though. Maybe they're sort of scared of like these, like, you know, Macedonian armies and sort of like, you know, giving their guys in reserve. Who knows? Helicarnassus has fallen, by the way, so Pontus now owns this wonder. The mausoleum of Helicarnassus. Very nice for them. So this splits, you know, the territory right here between like the Seleucids and the Macedon. Why not? Just some unrest here in Thebes, I guess. What is going on with the armies over here? There's a Scipii over here. Scipii army over here. Seleucids basically like just winging around over here, I guess. No idea. Alright then. The Scipii have decided to go after Petra again. And they're going after Memphis as well. The Seleucids are just like, you know, why? Come on, attack them already. Why do you keep moving your armies up here? There's nothing for you over here really to deal with, because you're all allied to everyone over here. Macedon seems to pull his armies back, by the way, so... Will they do something with him? I don't know. The Brutii have put Paphium under siege over here. So perhaps this may fall at some point. As will, like, you know, Scipii over here. They're saying the Germanians and, like, you know, the Macedon basically torn apart. Okay, so I thought, like, you know, the Spanish would be putting this under siege, but nope, it's the Germanians. So they're going to try and take Eretrum. And if they take that, then maybe move on to, like, you know, Arenum or even Rome. Wouldn't that be interesting if, like, they took out Rome? Because then, like, the, you know, the Scipii and the Brutii would not be, like, necessarily, like, you know, have to ally each other. Wouldn't that be interesting to see them fight each other? Yet again, nothing happening over here, because, you know, nothing happens over there. The British are going after Lugdunum over here, as well as, like, you know, Trieri, so you might see this, like, some of his fall. Alright, well, Burning Flesh and Trieri, but Lugdunum basically held, so they still, like, own this settlement here for a little bit. But most likely they'll, like, you know, move on to, like, you know, keep attacking. The British will. Over here, the Brutii are still going after Paphium. The Germans are still going after Eretrum. There's lots of Spanish forces over here as well to help out too. Remember, these guys are allied to Germanians, so they actually could help each other in, like, you know, a basic attack if they want to. Over here, we still got the siege of Memphis and the siege of Petra. The Scythians really should be doing something about that, but, you know, they just aren't, because why not? Palma is, like, you know, Palma. Not sure what to say about that. All's quiet on the Macedonian front. Though it looks like the Pontus have gone after, like, you know, the Macedonians over here, so they might be seeing an opportunity to sort of, like, you know, stretch out and take some stuff. They definitely have the forces to sort of, like, you know, take these guys on, so they might be, like, you know, getting a little bit stronger as a result of that. Before I go, yeah, Pontus has gone after... Oh, they broke their alliance. Interesting. Alright, so, what's the forecast look like? Up here, the Brutii have gone up to Lovasik and taken that. Macedonian armies have made, like, a nice little line basically over here. Eretrum has fallen, but looks like the Spanish have turned on their former allies. So now Spain's going to go after Eretrum and try and take it. That'll basically give the Julii a little bit of a reprieve because, you know, they need a little bit of help, but, you know, they might be wiped out very soon. I assume Lugdunum's going to be attacked by Spanish over here at some point. We'll see. Nothing's happening over here. Petra has fallen once more to the Scipii. Will they hold it? Or will the Scythians just basically get back and forth to sort of, like, avenge themselves? Lots of action basically happening. That's still under siege. Alright, so the Macedonians have been kicked off of Anatolia. They do have this army right here, but, you know, that probably won't be enough to actually do anything, really. Memphis has held. Perhaps the Scythians have basically sweep out down in here to actually start doing some damage then. Over here in this neck of the woods, Eretrum is held, and the Spanish have been forced back, I guess. Paphium has not held, though, and has been taken by the Brutii. What will fall next over here? Lugdunum's not under attack just yet, but, you know, there's still a Spanish army right there. Up here in, like, you know, Denmark, Vorderstrom is basically under attack, so that might soon fall. Not a whole lot else is basically happening at this point, but, you know, land is changing quite quickly. Ah, there we go. So Macedon's under attack over here by the Pontus. You know, it's quite surprising how powerful, like, you know, it basically is, like, you know, is, like, these, like, you know, factions. I mean, Macedon's, like, still pretty powerful, but they're just, like, you know, not doing anything with their forces, so they're getting wiped out pretty quickly. Okay, so I decided to stop fighting, so honestly, basically, they were fighting over here, perhaps, but they, like, to stop after that, so hooray. Go after Irenium! Wipe out the Julii! Victory! Alright, well, here's how things basically look over here. The Julii put this, like, port under siege. They still have their, like, you know, one city over here to sort of hang out. Paphian's basically up there with, like, you know, a bunch of barbarian forces around it. And Luvavum is basically under attack by this, like, you know, Brutii force. The British have come down to hit Lugdunum again. Maybe they'll actually take it this time. They're still attacking up here as well. A Brutii army is basically making its way over to Campus Lazigis. Maybe they'll take that and, like, you know, just buffer up their, like, territory up here a little bit. Nice line of diplomats over here for some reason. When does this happen? So, Campus Scipii is basically fallen to the Brutii. That's interesting. Macedon is still under attack by the Pontus over here. And likely will be up here as well. There are Scipii armies over here that could actually take out this settlement, but whether or not they do so is a question. The Romans are moving out, and showing us how powerful they really are. Especially with, like, post-Marian reform. I figured I'd note this, by the way. Spain and Germania have declared themselves allies again. The Scythians and Germania have declared themselves allies again. Not that it matters, but, you know, why not? Alright, well, the British finally took over Border Sholm over here. They're still laying siege over here to, like, you know, Lugdunum. They're not doing anything over here just yet, the, like, you know, Spanish and Norman forces, but, you know, they have, like, the Julii on the ropes. Luvavum was basically fallen, or Ivivum. Not yet attacking Campus Lazigis over here, but that's probably going to happen very soon. Macedon's being, like, very much squished over here. They only have, like, the one settlement over here, like, you know, Campus Gitai, the former, like, you know, Thracian one. Pontus has taken, like, you know, Tennis. And Campus Samete over here. The collapse of Macedon is very swift, to be sure. Scipii armies are starting to make their way over here towards Cyrene, so that might fall soon. Is anything going to happen over here, Seleucids? No? How about you, Spanish? Gonna take Palma? No? Alright, well, the Spanish have put Paphium under siege. So perhaps they'll take that from the, you know, Brutii. And they can focus their efforts on, like, taking Irenium. Or really going elsewhere, who knows. Up here in this neck of the woods, the siege of Lugdunum has been lifted. There is, like, an army approaching over here at Magotasium. Come. They might be able to take that if they're lucky. Palma is yet again having nothing happen to it. Egypt's just like, you know, why? What are you doing? There's still an army, like, look at Cyrene over here, I guess. And there's all these Macedonian armies over here near, like, you know, Campus Gitai. Interesting. I think this is, like, the only settlement under siege over here right now. Because that's just, like, you know, public disorder over here for, like, you know, the Dominions. And yeah, their stuff is just over here, just hanging out. Alright, well, they're still being sieged here. Will anything happen? I don't know, but we'll see. The British have put Lugdunum basically back under siege. They're going to try and take it again. Not yet could push on AR summits over here, but they do have the armies to sort of like, you know, keep moving on. The Brutii are still, you know, just staring at Campus Izigis over here. With their, like, you know, massive armies. Macedon's armies are still sort of sitting around here just doing nothing. You know, it's worth noting that the Pontus are actually at war with, like, you know, the Brutii, so they could technically come over here to attack, like, these guys if they want to. Nothing's really stopping them from doing so. What the heck is going on in Rhodes? Seleucid armor. Seleucid Empire army. We got Brutii army. We got another Brutii, like, leader right there. The Egyptian armies. It's a nice little party here, you know? Look at that, Greeks have an army again. Hooray for them. The Greeks might be down to their last 2 leaders, by the way, so that's something to keep in mind. And of course, yeah, nothing's happening over here. Oh, here we go. The Scipii finally put Cyrene under siege, so we might see the Macedon basically reduced to 1 settlement. Very, very soon. That's what it looks like so far. The siege remains in place. Spain's still trying to take Paphium, but will they actually do so? Will the Brutii just let them? Spain does actually have quite a few army space around here, so they could do some damage if they actually, like, you know, focus their troops basically to do so. Lugdunum's basically still under siege by the British. And still gets this army basically staying over here near Mogotikum, but, you know, you have to basically attack with them, I guess. Palma's still Palma. But at least Cyrene's under attack over here, though. Is that a big enough army? Because there's basically 2 big stacks of, like, you know, Macedonian armies here as well. That might be a bit much for one army basically to take on. All still quiet on this front over here, because, you know, why not? And of course, there's all this big, you know, big clump of Macedonian armies just staying right here, just doing nothing. You know, I assume, like, the Macedonians are going to be in debt because they have to pay for all these armies, and they only got, like, you know, 2 stones space to do so right now. And one's under siege. Yeah, it's probably not going to help you too much. Who really cares about the Senate? They eventually take this settlement basically from, like, you know, Germania, but the Brutii do have their armies basically, like, you know, look around at it, I guess. There we go. They put it under siege. And look at that! Paphium is basically fallen. So now, basically, this is all barbarian land over here in northern Italy. If they push on Iridium, that'd be awesome. But will they actually do it? At least the Spanish do actually have Paphium over here, so that means they do actually have, like, you know, border with it, so they might be inclined to actually do so. Especially since they're allied to Germania. I mean, they did declare a ceasefire, but that's not going to last very long. Not with, like, how this game works. Lugdunum has finally fallen to the British. They've taken it. Can they take anything else? Will they take anything else? There's still that big clump of, like, Macedonian troops right here. I completely forgot there's this guy basically out here. Because, you know, why not? Just have his faction leaders out in the middle of nowhere. Pontus' armies is sort of like, you know, mulling about over here, not really doing anything. Huh, a couple of Roman merchants still up here. Will the Scythians do anything with these troops? I mean, there's all this land they could actually like, come back to take if they want to. Oh, look at this! The Scipii wiped out the bigger stack over here, so he's just the one stack now. Interesting. A little bit disordered in Sardis, but you know, nothing too special over here. You know, I have to say, it pains me to see Sparta still existing here. Let alone, like, you know, Kydonia over here. Just take him. Wipe him out. Beat off him. Big part is still here in, like, you know, Rhodes. But this is interesting. When did this happen? So, apparently the Scipii were forced out of Alexandria. Must have been a revolt of some sort right there, I guess. Or maybe like the Scythians bought the town. They might have done that. That's one way of taking back the settlement, I guess. Palma's still basically being Palma. But we do have, like, you know, a nice little force of Spanish base over here, so maybe I'll mosey on over here to Rhenium. The British have gone after Mogo Nunticum. Maybe we'll take it and take it, you know, taking ourselves from the Germanians. Maybe the Brutii will take this one. Maybe it'll take even more. Who knows? And of course, there's some Macedonians over here. I think for the most part, that's basically it right now. Just, you know, the front space here in Germania is basically it. There's like nothing else happening at this point. And of course, like, you know, this little deviation over here, I guess. And war is declared. Okay, what are they up to? Why are they moving, like, over here? What's the purpose of this? I was saying, like, hey, Brutii, come finish me off. I have no idea. Campus easy, guys. It's basically fallen. Perhaps, like, we'll see this one fall as well at some point. Spanish armies are sort of, like, you know, over here now, so maybe they'll make their way down to, like, attack, like, you know, Rhenium, or defeat these, like, you know, Brutii armies over here. Then there's Palma. Then there's Egypt. Cyrene has fallen over here, by the way, so the Macedonians are down to their last settlement. It's just the one. That's it. I didn't expect to see, like, you know, any factions fall this, like, you know, episode, but... Well, I guess we did see the Scythians fall, but we only see the Macedon fall as well. We just see someone basically come over here and take it. That's all it is. Alright, so they move their arms a little bit over here. There's a Brutii army right there and right there. Over here, of course, the British did actually take this settlement, so Germany's been, like, pushed back a little bit more. I mean, Spain's got his army here. Just move a little bit, you know, you can attack the Julii right there. Go for it. That's what you want to see. The Scipii armies. I guess we're going to go after Alexandria at some point. I think some of these armies are coming down, but I'm not really sure. It's hard to really tell. Nothing's happened in Palma. A little bit of unrest over here in, like, Massalia and Vicuscafi. Oh, look at this. This isn't an unrest, this is an attack. A very small attack, but, you know, they put it under siege. Maybe we'll take that from the Germanians as well. Well, I would say they actually took it. Didn't expect that to happen, so another settlement for Germania is basically fallen. I think Dan will probably be next to go after, if not, like, you know, Vicus Marcomanni. The Brutii are sort of making their way over here to Campus Gitai. Maybe they might take that from them. Who knows? Paphium is basically back under siege over here by the Brutii, and they got some big armies basically to, take it back, I think, if they want to. The Barbarians did pretty well over here, but I think they're being pushed back out soon. Perhaps Julii might take back a town as well. Ceasefire, ceasefire, but who really cares? It's funny how the Julii are basically putting like Crete under siege there, or blockade, but it doesn't really matter for them that much, to be honest. I mean, it hurts the Greeks, but not that much. Will anything happen over here? I wonder. And yes, unrest and plague. Lots of stuff happening over here, I guess. Well, I guess the British don't need a big army to go after Demi, so maybe the smaller armies enough today to take it. Who knows? Their big armies basically head this way, probably toward like Vicus Marcomanni over here. Will anything happen over here? There's some big Brutii armies basically toward coming toward these guys right here. In this direction, we finally have it. The Spanish have gone after the Julii. They're still under attack over here, of course, but I mean, they might be able to take this out before like that happens, and that'll be it for Julii. One Roman faction dead. Again, will anything happen over here? Or here for that matter. Worth noting, apparently Pontus and the Scythian Empire are not at war. So that basically happened. I'm not sure I was going to pound up for like Pontus because the Scythians have their army still up here, so they could actually easily attack him for it. Interesting, there's still a Macedon army over here apparently. Let's see what happens. Alright, fierce battles are beginning. Macedon's on their last legs as like the Brutii armies basically push into them. Armies are being attacked for sure right here. And yeah, they declare war again, because why not? Over in this neck of the woods, Dami is basically coming under attack by like British forces. And this guy's probably closing on this one right over here. Ah, they stopped putting this under siege. Probably because Paphium basically fell over here, but perhaps they might be able to push them back if they're lucky, the Spanish. I mean, they have a lot of Brutii arms over here. They could be going elsewhere though, so that is a thing. The Scipii are closing in Alexandria over here. You might take that from them. There's a lot of guys to go through, so maybe not. Who knows? Is anything happening over here? Yes, apparently the Sicilians have gone after Halicarnassus over here. Then of course there's Sardis obviously over here. In unrest. The Sicilians are moving their armies basically out over here, so we might see them actually do something. Nothing's really happening in this neck of the woods. Lots of stuff is happening. That's why I'm excited to see, right? Stuff happening. But what I want to really see is basically these guys fall. Fall, damn it, fall! I didn't realize how long this episode's actually getting here, by the way, so I'll give this basically a turn to see if these guys put this under siege or not, but I mean, we're at that point where it's like, I really should be like, go to the next video, I guess. Temple of Artemis at Ephesus. Oh no, did something revolt? Yeah, we had a loyalist revolt. Sardis has become rebel. So we got ourselves a Temple of Artemis over here, by the way. The cost reduces the cost of all new released buildings by 30% in all settlements. There's the massive forces we have here, I guess, as a result. Let's put that guy right there, I guess. There's a Brutii assassin right there. And sure, go for it. So, why not? Cyrus revolted. I'll assume that's basically going to be taken very, very soon, but kind of annoying that basically happened, nonetheless. The Scipii are sort of getting towards, like, you know, Alexandria and Memphis over here, but where they lay siege is a thing, right? Up here in northern Italy, the Spanish have come after Papium again, though I don't think it's a big enough army to sort of, like, you know, fort to attack, so not sure how it's basically going to go for them. The British are going after Demi. Maybe they'll take it, maybe they won't, we'll see. The big one's over here, by the way. I think they did lay siege to this, but Macedon managed to, like, break it, so we'll see how it basically goes for the most part. Yeah, I guess this is probably the point where I should probably end this episode. We saw the collapse of Macedon for the most part. And even though they're not finished off, they're basically dead. These Brutii armies are going to finish them off pretty quickly. Pontus and Scythians are going after war to each other. We see, like, you know, more or less the collapse of Germania as well. Both the British and the Brutii. We see Spain making, like, you know, some actual progress over here. Maybe they might, like, you know, get, you know, some more, but, you know, maybe not. Who knows? And then there's Palma. Good old Palma. There's what the map looks like right now. We have Demi under siege up here, Papium under siege right there. And just to check it over here. That's just, like, you know, bit of unrest right there. And of course there's a plague up here in Themyscira, because why not? We got ourselves a siege of, like, you know, Helicarnassus over here by the Seleucids. And we had a revolt of Sardis. There's a plague in Sidon over here, apparently. And then over here in Numidia, Tingy's having, like, you know, revolution issues, so to speak. Well, alright then. Here's where we stand at this point. The Scythians are wiped out. And there's the Roman factions right now. They're basically at war with everyone in the world. I don't think they're at peace with anyone at this point, so everyone's basically at war with them. Except for me. I'm not at war with, like, the, you know, Senate because I can't be, I guess. Alright, so here's Macedon. They have one province left. They are not at war with Numidia. They're not at war with, like, the British or Spanish, but, well, they're also allied to, like, you know, both the Scythians and Germania, but they're dead. They're not going to live very long. Egypt's right there. They have no allies. They're at war with Romans. I mean, someone could actually wipe them out if actually they tried, but whatever. The Seleucids. They had their ups and downs this episode, I guess, but nothing really happened to them. Maybe that might take, like, you know, Helicarnassus, take back Sardis, and, like, you know, punish the Pontus. Pontus actually did something this episode, by the way, because they did wipe out the Brutii, and they, like, took a Macedon settlement up here and up here, as well as, like, wipe out the Scythians, so they're interesting to watch. Germania got pummeled, much like Macedon. They aren't at war with, like, you know, Pontus, but I can see that basically happening in the future, perhaps. The British have survived, and have, like, grown a little bit again. They basically picked apart, like, Germania, and they'll probably keep doing so, but they'll probably be picked apart by the Romans soon enough. The Greeks took Crete again. Hooray for them. We don't really care about Numidia. The Spanish actually managed to take a little bit of northern Italy, which is interesting. And they took Macedonia as well, so that's cool too. And then poorhouse Julii. One little, like, you know, faction right there. One city. That's it. So here's the rankings. Boop, 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 boop. And look at that. The Julii is just as strong as the Senate at this point. Not very. If I check out the other guys here, we have like Macedon, it's basically, you know, drop off a cliff. Egypt's in like always weak. The Scythians have more or less remained the same this episode, I guess, but you know, they'll probably be like picked apart very soon enough, I guess. Pontus, they grew and I guess they lost to someone from like, you know, the Scythians perhaps or something like that. I think they lost Sardis. That could be a thing. Gaul's dead. Much like, you know, Macedon and Germania sort of dropped off a cliff there. The British basically soared a little bit this episode, so they've gone up a little bit. There's the Greeks, they went up a city, so they got a little bit of a boost from that. Scythians went boop. And there's Spain. So, Spain, the Brits, the Scythians, and Pontus. That's basically it for the players in this game at this point. I mean, technically Germania's still got a few summons in them, but I mean, they're on their way out. Kind of odd seeing British basically go like, you know, wee, woo. But yes, it's basically how it works for them, I guess. Who will win? Probably Brutii at this point, but who knows? We'll find out next episode. But for now, take care.